For Christ belongs to those who are humble-minded, not those who vaunt themselves over the flock. Saint Clement of Rome. first First Clement 16, 1 through 2. Yeah, he definitely makes it a point to where, I mean, this can speak to Christianity in the West for sure. And coming from somebody who was a pope, definitely kind of a foreshadow in a sense, because the West does vaunt itself. The West has vaunted itself over the flock. Catholicism and Protestantism are the first two things that come, or first two denominations that come to mind. Orthodoxy is a little bit more subdued when it comes to that vaunting. I guess you could put it that way. Um, but with the disingenuous nature of the philosophies, as to, or well, the philosophy and the theology of Protestantism, and the philosophy and theology of where Catholicism has gone wrong and broken itself away from the Orthodox Church, you can return back to like that vaunting. I mean, you can see it. It's permeates itself through the um, the West. So it's one of those things where it's hard to be humble-minded because of of that um, of that kind of thing. Like people who are show-offs, or who are people who don't see the forest for the trees, are usually the type of people who aren't humble-minded, and they need to learn to humble themselves before they can see how their impact is on their Christian brothers and sisters. So they need to realize what they're doing. They could be misleading, they could be in heresy, they could be in anathema, they could be doing certain things to where it's affecting the greater good. Well, not only, I mean, this applies to religion, this applies to government, this applies to politics, this applies to a lot of different paradigms. So, it's one of those things where you can relate this into the secular world too, because it's really prevalent. You kind of want to avoid the show offs, because it's nobody wants to hear people bragging all the time about things. A little humility goes a long way, and that shows goodness. That shows that one is at peace, one is humble, one is secure within themselves. So, that having that humble mindedness, and having that belonging to a virtue, in a sense, belonging to Christ, because the church fathers reiterate humility numerous times. It's definitely a main theme that you can not have that ability to vaunt over others, and kind of undercut them, and well, it can alienate people as well. So you definitely don't want to do that, especially when it comes to people who want to follow Christ and who want to become Christian.